In the vast African savannah, where battles for survival erupt every passing moment, there exists a society full of mystery, one that defies nearly every pattern we usually know about mammals. This is the world of the spotted hyena. Many assume they are nothing more than disorderly scavengers, yet the truth could not be more different. Spotted hyenas are among the species with the most complex and demanding social structures in the wild. And what makes them truly remarkable is that their society is led entirely by females. At times, the leading females are even given a powerful title by researchers: Queen. The alpha female holds supreme authority within the clan. She not only dominates physically, but also controls resources, food, and even decides who is allowed to thrive within the social hierarchy. It is not just the queen. Every adult female in the clan outranks all of the males, without exception. Female hyenas are usually larger than males, on average weighing around 60 to 70 kilograms, while males are only about 45 to 60 kilograms. But it is not simply about size. High levels of the androgen hormone during fetal development make the females more assertive, muscular, and bold. Females often remain in the clan for life. They form close bonds with their mothers and sisters, often cooperating in hunts, caring for young, and defending territory. These lasting connections can endure for life, a true form of sisterhood, something rare in the animal world. Males, however, follow a different path. Once they reach maturity, usually around 2 years of age, nearly all males leave the clan where they were born. This behavior, known as natal dispersal, is strictly followed to prevent inbreeding and to maintain genetic diversity. Yet leaving home is far from easy. Males must seek to join another clan and always begin at the very bottom of the hierarchy. They have to wait, submit, and endure, sometimes for many months, before finally being accepted into a new clan. Even then, life remains full of challenges. Low-ranking males eat last, must step aside when driven away, and are often pushed around by higher-ranking members, especially by the adult females. So how does the queen rule over her small kingdom? In the heart of the wild African lands, where the sun scorches the earth and red dust hides every trace, a female spotted hyena is returning to the den after an exhausting hunt. She carries back a small impala. Not much, but still worthy of being called a prize. Yet before she can step into the safest part of the clan, where the cubs are waiting, she must perform one required act, a greeting ritual to the queen. There is no command spoken, but her social instinct has been imprinted since birth. The dominant female is easily recognized by her upright tail. The greeting begins with the subordinate exposing her genital area before the alpha female. Hyenas have scent glands near the anus and genital region, which release a mix of pheromones. This distinct scent carries genetic information, health status, sex, age, social rank, and even the individual's current mood. Like human fingerprints, the odor from these glands is unique to each hyena. After the greeting, the queen takes the prey, and this meal will be used to feed the young. Here, the leading female builds a matriarchal order so strong that social rank is inherited like royal succession. If the mother is the alpha female, her daughter, the true princess, automatically secures the rank just beneath her without needing to fight for it. In a study spanning more than 14 years in Ngorongoro, Tanzania, scientists confirmed that 100% of cubs inherit the social status of their mothers. a model known as maternal rank inheritance. From the moment they open their eyes, high-ranking cubs are given priority to nurse, to eat first from a carcass, and to occupy the center of the den, the safest place of all. But this is not mere indulgence, it is a technique of socializing power. Those cubs grow up with a sense of entitlement, while the others learn early that they must yield. However, position is not permanently granted. Each day becomes a lesson in politics. From just a few weeks old, hyena cubs begin to play together around the den. These behaviors include play biting, chasing, mock fighting, and playful vocalizations. They are not real acts of aggression and do not cause injury, making up around 30 to 40% of the activity time of cubs under 6 months old. Such games are a way for the alpha female's offspring to become familiar with power. The mother supports her cub in conflicts, helping it understand who is below me by ensuring victories, by standing beside it when needed. Repeated again and again, these behaviors teach both the princess and the other cubs to recognize their places and responsibilities. In the world of hyenas, alliances are the currency of power. They possess an exceptionally advanced social intelligence. Hyenas understand the social ties of others, who is related to whom, who outranks whom, and above all, they choose sides strategically during confrontations. Individuals form flexible alliances, sometimes only to push another out of dominance in a small group, sometimes to strengthen their role as the alpha female begins to weaken. To become a true ruler, succession alone is not enough. The female must have followers. Acts of aggression or bullying become tools to assert authority. Low-ranking cubs often become targets, not because they threaten the system, but because such dominance is what sustains and reinforces the system. This leads to noticeably higher physiological stress levels in lower-ranking individuals, a reality confirmed by measuring cortisol in their blood. Yet it is not all harshness. When well-fed, they still engage in playful behavior, which helps nurture bonds and strengthen the social order within the clan. In theory, a clan of spotted hyenas can reach up to 80 members. But in reality, the alpha female does not fully control dozens of individuals. The society of spotted hyenas operates under a fission-fusion model, meaning splitting and merging. In practice, 60% of the subgroups contain only 1 to 2 individuals, and adults may spend up to 40% of their time alone. This helps reduce internal competition, optimize hunting opportunities, and most importantly, protect cubs from aggressive members of the clan. Many studies have recorded cases where young hyenas were harmed by their own kind. What makes this system unique is that the subgroups are constantly shifting, not fixed by bloodlines. Today it may be mother and offspring, tomorrow it could be sisters, and by the afternoon a temporary alliance between a middle-aged female and a newly joined male. This flexibility creates a multi-layered social network, complex yet highly effective. With the strength of an adult hyena, their prey list is long and diverse. Hoofed animals such as blue wildebeest, gazelles, zebras, and young buffaloes all fall within their reach. They are all-around hunters with many strategies to bring down prey, from the smallest to the largest. The spotted hyena is the very definition of an opportunistic predator. It does not always have to search, stalk, and chase down its prey. Sometimes it simply waits for others to do the hardest part. A small python, sensing the presence of a much larger hunter, may abandon its catch and slither away. A lone hyena can certainly handle smaller prey like a young antelope. but saving energy is always a wise choice. Being an opportunistic predator means not specializing in just one type of prey or one method of hunting, but instead taking advantage of any available opportunity to feed. Whether hunting when conditions are favorable, stealing a meal, or feeding on a carcass already left behind, hyenas are remarkably flexible and highly adaptive in every feeding strategy. The spotted hyena is a true cursorial hunter. It hunts with endurance, determination, and a cool-headed ability to read the situation. When the opportunity, or the threat, reaches a threshold, the clan regroups. A small party chases down an adult wildebeest. This prey is massive, weighing anywhere from 230 to 290 kilograms. Its shorter hind legs compared to the front create a downhill slope toward the head, often leading people to mistake it as weakness. But this very structure gives the hyena superb balance when running and shifting direction, especially during long pursuits. Its heart makes up nearly 1% of body weight, double that of a lion, allowing it to maintain speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour for minutes at a time, sometimes stretching across an entire 10-kilometer chase if necessary. When the prey is finally exhausted, it is surrounded by 3 relentless hunters. They strike in turns, biting at the wildebeest's hindquarters and tail. Victory comes when the much larger wildebeest, 2 or even 3 times their size, can no longer stay on its feet. With such a big catch, it takes no time before the rest of the clan is summoned to feed. Large-scale hunts are often led by the females, thanks to their commanding size. The biggest females spearhead the charge, latching onto multiple points, even grabbing at the mane of a zebra to pull it down. Once the prey collapses, they begin at the soft belly. The meal may start even before the prey's life has fully faded. The savannah is always unpredictable, and fresh meat is not always available for a crowded clan. During the dry season, water grows scarce, and territorial battles become increasingly fierce. Not only among predators, but also among herbivores. This rhino became the casualty of a brutal territorial fight. Its sharp horn is one of the most formidable weapons in nature, able to fend off even lions. The spotted hyena is a master of scavenging. The scent of a carcass quickly draws its keen nose. This is its strongest sense, capable of detecting the smell of decay or blood from more than 4 kilometers away. Yet every windfall feast requires extreme caution. Its darting eyes scan the surroundings, ears pricked to catch the earliest hint of lions. It stands guard while clanmates eat first. Hyenas are called masters of scavenging because their biology is perfectly suited for it. They possess the most powerful bite force relative to body size among land mammals. Their overall bite force has been measured at up to 4,500 newtons. This is 40% stronger than that of a lion and 15% greater than that of a grizzly bear. For their size, spotted hyenas have one of the most robust skulls of all carnivores. Their jaw muscles are incredibly strong, anchored to a prominent sagittal crest. But only adult hyenas can produce such immense pressure. Young hyenas are at a disadvantage when competing for food, since their skulls grow slowly and are not fully developed until around 35 months of age. One spotted hyena weighing 63.1 kilograms was estimated to exert a bite force of 565.7 newtons at the canine teeth and 985.5 newtons at the premolars. Their teeth serve a dual purpose, unlike other hyena species that feed mainly on carrion. The upper and lower premolars are conical and designed to crush bones, allowing access to the rich marrow inside. Their bone-crushing ability even surpasses that of a brown bear. Behind these bone-cracking teeth lie razor-sharp molars for slicing through thick hides. This placement allows them to crush bones with their premolars without wearing down their molars. It means they can consume almost every part of their prey, including hide, hooves, bones, and even teeth. The digestive system of the spotted hyena is another biological marvel. With a stomach pH below 2, it is strong enough to dissolve bone, horn, and hooves, even anthrax bacteria. Experiments have shown that their immune system tolerates pathogens fatal to other animals. They are living waste disposal machines, keeping ecosystems clean while preventing disease from spreading in the wild. A single individual can consume up to 14.5 kilograms of meat in one sitting, including hide, tendons, hooves, and even teeth. Thanks to all these traits, from body structure and jaw power to flexible hunting strategies and a toxin-resistant stomach, the spotted hyena has become one of Africa's most efficient hunter-scavengers. And interestingly, their hunting success rate is about 33%, the same as a cheetah. Studies show that 60 to 80% of their meals actually come from their own hunts, not just scavenging or stealing. Yet despite these impressive facts and figures, the spotted hyena is not considered an apex predator, though it comes very close and, in some cases, functions as one in the ecosystem. The reason lies with lions. Lions are the hyena's greatest rivals. They take hyenas' lives whenever the opportunity arises, especially to defend territory or secure a kill. Hyenas rarely confront adult lions directly. They may target lion cubs or weaker individuals, but generally avoid head-on clashes. So when facing one or a pride of lions, spotted hyenas must summon every resource at their disposal. For centuries, spotted hyenas and lions have symbolized the eternal rivalry of the savannah, a relationship both hostile and intertwined. Clashes are common, with powerful bites, dramatic standoffs, and desperate struggles over carcasses. But what often goes unnoticed is how much these two species resemble each other in social design. Both the spotted hyena and the lion are among the most socially complex predators in Africa. One thrives in a clan, the other in a pride. Though structured differently, matriarchy against patriarchy, both revolve around order, alliances, reproductive roles, and astonishingly sophisticated territorial strategies. If the hyena secures power through mother-to-daughter inheritance, the lion maintains its bloodline through the reign of dominant males, fighting, expelling rivals, and leaving behind offspring to carry the legacy. Both rely on force, both on strategy, and both understand that survival is never an individual matter. And perhaps it is in these very similarities that conflict becomes inevitable. For in nature, it is often those most alike who become the fiercest of enemies. Unlike all the other big cats on the planet, the lion is the only one that truly lives a social life. It does not live in solitude, nor does it hide deep in the forest, but instead gathers into a complex social unit, a fission-fusion society model much like the spotted hyena. Still, there are differences beyond numbers. Members of a pride may temporarily split into smaller groups to hunt or rest and then reunite. The pride usually gathers together for large hunts, but can break into smaller groups for medium-sized prey, territory patrols, or cub care. They are more stable and less flexible than hyenas. A typical lion pride has about 15 members, but sometimes up to 30, consisting of several adult males, related lionesses, and cubs. But here lies the fascinating part. Just like the spotted hyena, it is the lioness who serves as the heart and soul of the pride. Males may come and go, but the lioness stays, bound to the place of her birth, carrying forward the bloodline and memory of the pride across generations. Beneath the pale sand-colored coat and piercing eyes is a natural-born warrior, not the cold, solitary type, but a commander of strategy and loyalty. As the evening shadows stretch across the golden plains and herds of zebras, wildebeests, or impalas relax their guard, that is when the lionesses begin to move. They glide like phantoms, no mane to get in the way or give away their position. With bodies smaller than males, only 122 to 180 kilograms, but far quicker and more enduring, lionesses use every tuft of grass and every tree trunk as perfect camouflage. Their sharp claws, powerful muscles, and keen vision in dim light, all are made for one purpose: to bring down prey. The hunt begins with strategy. Numbers alone do not make strength. Lionesses understand this. Each individual has a distinct role to play, a kind of battle formation honed over many years. Some spread wide, taking the wing positions, silently closing in, pushing prey into chaos. Others hold the center, lying in wait. Cubs and those of others. As long as the cub belongs to the pride, a lioness will nurse it, shield it, and teach it how to survive. This behavior, called allonursing, has been recorded in nearly every wild lion pride. It helps synchronize the growth of the cubs, reduces differences in strength, and raises the chances of collective survival. In lion society, the lioness is not only the warrior and the mother, but also the decision-maker. When the pride must move, hunt, or avoid threats, it is the tightly bonded lionesses, through kinship ties, who decide the course of action. Even when predators such as leopards, hyenas, or a coalition of strange males intrude, it is the lionesses who stand side by side to defend the cubs. There have been fierce encounters recorded where 4 lionesses fought together against an outsider male trying to force his way into the pride. But if you look deeper into the blazing golden eyes and regal stance of a male lion, you might realize that behind that majestic title lies a role that is challenging, short-lived, and at times deeply solitary. A male lion is not simply a symbol of strength. In the complex social system of lions, the male lion plays a crucial role in protecting the pride's survival and the continuity of its bloodline. It is a role that requires both strategy and sacrifice. It acts as both natural armor during battles and a bold signal of testosterone levels, health, and attractiveness to the lioness. The darker and denser the mane, the more it signals that this male is strong and an ideal partner for reproduction. However, what truly defines the position of a male lion is not just appearance. It's the ability to protect its territory and its pride, 2 essential factors in the wild. Each pride can control a territory as vast as 259 square kilometers, a rich expanse of land constantly eyed by unrelenting rivals. The male patrols the boundaries, marks the area with urine and roars, a thunderous sound that can carry up to 8 kilometers, as a warning to anyone considering intrusion. When confrontation becomes inevitable, he is the front line of defense, ready to put himself on the line to protect the lionesses and cubs. Yet that power doesn't last. In the golden light stretching across the savannah, where tall yellow grasses ripple softly in the evening breeze, an aging male lion with a shaggy mane and heavy muscles still exuding strength walks the edges of his territory. Each step leaves a deep print on the cracked earth, a silent claim of ownership. He stops by a low shrub, sniffs the air, then lets out a deep, resonant roar. Roars of the male lion no longer echo across the grasslands. When the scent marks along the territory's edge disappear, the first to notice the power vacuum is the hyena. They begin to move in, becoming the boldest thieves of the feast. It seems hyenas benefit from sharing the same grounds with lions. In some areas, they do not shy away from the lion's roar. In fact, they sometimes move closer, as if challenging the fiercest predator of the savannah. This behavior isn't reckless bravado. Staying away from lions might cost them a meal, since both species compete for the same food sources, from carrion to live prey. In the Ngorongoro crater, they've been observed stealing up to 100% of the prey caught by lionesses when no male lion is present. The spotted hyena, while typically cautious and wary of male lions, shows far less fear toward lionesses. A lioness strays into the territory of the spotted hyenas. She is nearly overpowered by their powerful jaws. If this continues, survival seems unlikely, but 4 other lionesses come to her rescue. Hyenas are known for being stubborn, bold, and unwilling to retreat easily. Though lionesses are twice their size in weight and built with raw power, spotted hyenas have compact, muscular bodies and an unmatched bite force. So lionesses are not the natural fear factor for hyenas. They are equals, sometimes dominant, sometimes overwhelmed. Even without a male lion, the lioness must hunt to feed her cubs. Spotted hyenas won't hesitate to provoke a lone lioness to steal her meal, especially when backup is nearby. They swoop in to tear apart the prey she fought so hard to bring down, all while staying alert for any lioness who might be lurking close by. The lone lioness has no choice but to wait it out until the hyenas leave. In nature, as in life, those who seem weaker in one way may be stronger in another. Hyenas don't fear the lioness because they understand the power of the group. If this pattern continues, the entire pride's well-being could be at risk. This time, 3 lionesses manage to bring down a buffalo. As usual, the hyenas arrive, screeching while the lionesses and their cubs eat. They don't launch a random assault. The attack begins with a strategy already named by scientists: mobbing, a collective intimidation tactic. From a distance, the spotted hyenas begin to form a tightening formation, tails raised high like flags of defiance, eyes locked onto the target. The sounds they make are unlike anything else. A mix of shrieks, mocking laughter, and howls echoing across the savannah as if they're trying to fill the air with fear. The agitators do not give up. The lioness wants to drive them off. But that's exactly what the hyenas want, to separate her from the meal. Researchers have recorded that these coordinated mobbing attacks increase the hyenas' chances of stealing food from lions by over 60%. Each individual knows its role, from the one causing a distraction, to the one attacking from behind, to the one making noise to apply psychological pressure. This reflects a kind of collective intelligence, which experts say rivals that of chimpanzees in terms of cooperation. When a lioness strikes a hyena, it becomes the very trigger for a full-blown battle in which the hyenas have the numerical advantage. Others seize the moment to snatch away the prize. It's not a new plan, but it always works, unless a male lion appears. The noise stops, and the scene shifts instantly. But the lioness is not the man of the house. She charges forward, trying to chase off the intruder, but fails. Eventually, she turns back to the den after seeing the male lion take over the prey. This is not a good sign for her or her cubs. At the moment when the pride was at its weakest, the coalition of young male lions approached the lionesses and cubs, this time to take over the entire pride. The cubs now became the most vulnerable targets. With a mortality rate reaching 50% in their first year and as high as 80% before adulthood, any disruption in the pride's protective structure could prove to be a final blow. It didn't take long for them to overpower the pride. The lionesses, exhausted after many nights fending off hyenas, were unable to fight any longer. Then came infanticide, swift, ruthless, and inevitable. The nursing cubs, offspring of the former male, were all killed. The goal was to bring the lionesses back into estrus as soon as possible, allowing the new males to pass on their own genes to the next generation. The mothers, though grieving, were forced to follow their new rulers. Instead of spending many more months raising cubs, they were now ready to conceive again, this time with the males who now controlled the pride. As estrus returned, a wave of mating began, intense and unrelenting. A lioness may mate over 50 times per day with a single male, continuing for 4 to 5 days straight. This frequency has nothing to do with bonding or affection. It is a biological strategy to ensure successful fertilization. However, it's not just one male involved. Within a coalition, males often take turns mating with the same female, and the lioness tends to cooperate with multiple males. This creates a blurred lineage, where no male can be certain which cubs are his own. Later on, this reduces the risk of infanticide in the future, because if each male believes he might be the father, the chance of him harming the cubs is lower. Mating in lions is nothing like what people might imagine. It is neither romantic nor gentle. Throughout the process, the male often bites the female's neck, a behavior that helps him maintain position and serves as a way to assert control over his partner. This action can be painful and often leaves small scratches around the neck after the mating period ends. A new generation is forming deep in the heart of the savannah, carrying all the genetic traits that the coalition is fighting to pass on before they are eventually overthrown. The existence of every pride is never fixed in place. The males do not care for the cubs or take part in raising them. Their role is limited to defending territory and securing their bloodline. Meanwhile, the lionesses continue their duties of raising the young, hunting, and maintaining the social structure. Lions and spotted hyenas are primarily crepuscular and nocturnal hunters. But during the cooler winter months, they can also be active during the day. A lioness, after a fierce standoff with about 20 spotted hyenas, realizes she is alone in the midst of a massive group. One sneaky bite and a shriek to drive her off is all it takes to force her to abandon the prey. Dust clouds swirl as the spotted hyenas tear into the kill. The male lion has arrived. He walks in slowly, needing no roar to show who rules this land. Hyenas may overpower a lone lioness, but they are highly wary of male lions. The presence of a male lion drastically reduces the chances of the hyenas stealing or holding on to the kill. The feeding opportunities for the hyena clan and the very stability of their group have never felt more fragile. In the social structure of the spotted hyena, females hold absolute dominance. Each hyena clan is a rare matriarchal model in nature, where every leadership role, mating right, and access to food is controlled by the females. This power is built through alliances among closely related females, mothers, daughters, sisters, forming a tightly knit network that is ready to support each other and equally ready to remove any individual that threatens their status. The female hyena possesses one of the most unique biological traits in the mammal world, an elongated clitoris, nearly 20 centimeters long, called a pseudopenis, which closely resembles the male genital organ. This structure isn't just fascinating in terms of physical form, it carries an incredibly deep social function. To mate, The female must actively retract this organ inward to allow the male access, which means no mating can occur without her full cooperation. You may have heard that it's tough being a male spotted hyena, but it doesn't stop at only mating when permitted. Male spotted hyenas often have to trail a female for extended periods, memorize her estrus cycle, and wait for the right biological moment. During that time, they exhibit submissive behavior when approaching a female in estrus, even when the male is physically larger than his potential mate. They often approach with their heads lowered, bodies crouched, avoiding eye contact, tails tucked, and behaving as if they're apologizing. This is their way of avoiding female aggression, because a high-ranking female can easily bite or drive off a male if he acts disrespectfully. Females often prefer younger males who were born into or joined the clan after them. Older females show similar preferences and also favor males with whom they've had long-term, friendly relationships. Passive males tend to be more successful in courting females than aggressive ones. This is considered a natural anti-coercion mechanism, an extraordinary evolutionary advancement that allows females to retain full control over reproduction. The average gestation period is 110 days. In the final stages of pregnancy, the queen provides her developing cubs with higher levels of androgen than lower-ranking mothers. These elevated androgens, resulting from high ovarian androstenedione levels, are believed to cause extreme masculinization in both behavior and physical traits of female offspring. The alpha female also tends to become pregnant and give birth earlier. This gives her cubs an edge as they grow up to be more assertive than those of lower-ranking mothers. The average litter consists of 2 cubs, though litters of 3 have been reported. Males do not participate in raising the young. Giving birth is particularly challenging for female hyenas, as their birth canal is narrow, and spotted hyena cubs are the largest carnivorous offspring relative to the size of the mother. Cubs are born with soft, dark brown fur and weigh an average of 1.5 kilograms. They begin fighting each other immediately after birth. This is especially pronounced in same-sex litters and may result in the weaker cub being eliminated. This sibling rivalry removes about 25% of hyena cubs within their first month. Male survivors grow faster and are more likely to dominate in future mating, while female survivors remove potential rivals for power within the clan they were born into. Spotted hyena milk has the highest levels of protein and fat of any terrestrial carnivore. Cubs nurse for 12 to 16 months, although they can begin digesting solid food as early as 3 months old. Females are fiercely protective of their young and do not allow other adults, especially males, to come near them. When the birthing season arrives, the females gather at a communal den, a place where all the females in the clan can care for the cubs together, cross-nurse, and take turns hunting, an uncommon form of community care among carnivores and somewhat similar to that of lions. While one group goes out to hunt, the remaining females stay behind as nannies, watching over the young hyenas as they play and learn to communicate through their signature vocalizations. But when the mothers are away, the cubs become most vulnerable. Male lions frequently patrol their territory, and the overlap between the lands both species call home is inevitable. They do not pass up any opportunity to eliminate their rivals. Unlike typical hunting behavior, where the goal is to feed, the act of killing hyena cubs by lions is a strategic, selective act, not driven by hunger. They do not stop until they confirm the target has been fully neutralized. Finally, they mark the scene with their scent, signaling the presence of the ruling power. This behavior can be seen as a long-term survival tactic. By removing rivals early, they give their own lion cubs a better chance at hunting and survival. By the time the hunting group returns, it's already too late. Though she may be the dominant force in the clan, the alpha female is not immune to nature's harsh law. When the queen loses her heir to the throne, her lineage is severed in the clan's power structure. Without status and without a cub to hold her place in the hierarchy, her future becomes uncertain. Female hyenas follow a strict hierarchy. If a younger, stronger female backed by strong allies emerges, she can absolutely challenge the current alpha. These overthrows are rarely one-on-one affairs. They are full-on factional battles. A change in leadership is underway. The crown passes to the queen's sister, younger, stronger, and, importantly, still with an heir and many close allies. The former queen won't leave the clan because leaving would mean certain demise. She will step down to a lower position in the ranking system, from queen to common citizen. A female who was once alpha may still bear cubs in the future. If she's strong enough to protect her offspring and rebuild her alliance network, her bloodline may still rise again. However, this chance is slim. Once a female loses her dominant position, regaining the throne is nearly impossible. When power changes, the entire clan transforms with it. Relationships, access to food, and even hunting roles shift to revolve around the new alpha. It's a brutal yet orderly process, showing that the hyena's social system is no less complex than that of humans. The hyena clan under the new queen gradually shifts its primary focus from lions to targeting smaller predators. The African wild dog is now in their sights. Although smaller than lions and spotted hyenas, the highly skilled wild dog packs are not to be underestimated, with a hunting success rate of up to 90%. Much of their success comes from being one of the most effective social models among carnivores. A perfect blend of discipline, loyalty, and unity among members of a large extended family. A typical African wild dog pack has between 7 and 15 adult individuals, depending on habitat quality. In favorable conditions with abundant food, that number can exceed 30. Unlike the power struggles common in other carnivores, this pack is led by a single breeding pair, the alpha pair. The alpha male and alpha female are not tyrants like lions or spotted hyenas, but rather leaders guided by experience and respect. They do not need to growl or fight to assert authority. All behaviors within the pack, from submission to food sharing, are governed by peaceful social rituals, reflecting a miniature moral ecosystem of cooperation and sacrifice. Non-breeding individuals are not neglected or seen as lesser. On the contrary, they serve as helpers, caretakers, protectors, and a vital support system for the next generation. When the alpha female gives birth, typically to 6 to 16 pups after a 70 to 73-day gestation, these helpers take turns guarding the den, watching over the pups, and sharing both food and warmth. Packs are not always stable. Upon reaching adulthood, younger individuals leave to find new packs, often with females dispersing to avoid inbreeding. This journey is risky but essential for maintaining genetic diversity in the species. Packs in areas with abundant food and minimal human disturbance often control large territories, spanning several hundred square kilometers, and use scent markings, tracks, and social behavior to define their boundaries. In the harsh wild, where one wrong move can cost a life, the way African wild dogs organize their hunts is a living tactical masterpiece. In a typical hunt, the pack gathers after resting. Behaviors like face-licking, tail-wagging, and even sneezing serve as a kind of vote to initiate departure. They usually set off in the early morning or late afternoon, cooler times ideal for spotting prey like impala, wildebeest, or even warthogs. Once prey is sighted, the chase doesn't involve the entire pack at once, but is carried out by coordinated subgroups. An African wild dog can reach speeds of 56 to 72 kilometers per hour, but what's truly remarkable is their stamina and ability to rotate roles in the chase. The leading group runs until they tire, then another group takes over. Each sprint lasts just a few hundred meters. When the prey is exhausted, the whole pack charges in. Food is shared almost immediately after the takedown. The pups, the sick, and the elderly all are prioritized. Helpers often regurgitate pre-chewed food for pups or nursing mothers. But just as the pack is feasting, a loud snarl sends them into panic. It's a spotted hyena, drawn to the scene by the scent of blood. Two charge in first, swift as a gust of wind. Another follows, devouring the wild dog's half-finished meal, nearly 20 dogs outnumbered. These opportunists are about 1.5 to 2 times the size of African wild dogs. The size difference always puts wild dogs at a disadvantage in food disputes. A lone spotted hyena can intimidate an entire small wild dog pack unless they vastly outnumber it. The wild dog's high-pitched yelps fade, replaced by the crisp crunch of bones in the hyena's jaws. African wild dogs tend to eat quickly, share fast, or give up altogether when faced with a hyena they can't challenge. However, spotted hyenas aren't always successful. Thanks to their coordination and tactics, African wild dogs can sometimes fend them off entirely. The hyena's round, muscular rump isn't just a powerhouse for running, it's also a natural shield, making it harder for bites from behind to latch on, often slipping off target. African wild dogs can't overpower a hyena, but they can scare it off. The very strategy that helped hyenas outmaneuver lionesses is now causing them to retreat from smaller predators. The African wild dog is not the only canid that gives the spotted hyena a hard time. There's another creature that often shows up in the same scenes and occasionally gives hyenas a real headache. That is the black-backed jackal, with a dark saddle across its back and bright golden sides like the glow of a sunset. This animal is the embodiment of silent survival strategy. The black-backed jackal has an extraordinarily developed hearing structure. Its large, upright ears can rotate independently to catch even the faintest sound from over 100 meters away, a major advantage when hunting insects or detecting distant movement. Its eyes are well adapted to low light, enabling it to function effectively during dusk and dawn, the prime hours for predators. Its digestive system is also highly versatile, capable of processing raw meat, hard-shelled insects, and even fibrous fallen fruit, an ideal biological setup for a varied diet. Weighing only about 10 kilograms with a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour and a jaw filled with long, sharp canines, the black-backed jackal can take down small prey like hares, mole rats, birds, and even lizards in bushy areas. But its reputation isn't built on brute strength. It lies in its sharp mind, keen situational awareness, and eyes that never stop scanning the savannah. The jackal's presence near hyena or lion hunting grounds is no accident. It's the clearest example of the benefit from the strong principle in the wild. They don't need to kill to survive, just be fast, patient, and cunning enough to scavenge from the giant's feast. When chaos distracts the spotted hyenas, the black-backed jackal silently slips in. With a low, shadowy gait moving through sun-scorched grass, they steal bites even as the hyenas are still there. But why don't spotted hyenas seem to care? In many cases, ignoring the jackals isn't kindness. It's an unconscious yet effective cost-benefit assessment. First, black-backed jackals can't compete for the main prize. They pick off scraps the hyenas don't bother with or pieces too small to fight over. So, from the hyena's perspective, chasing jackals away sometimes burns more energy than it's worth. Second, behavioral studies in Tanzania and Chobe National Park, Botswana, suggest that jackals can inadvertently help hyenas detect danger early. With their acute hearing and lightning-fast reflexes, jackals are often the first to notice approaching leopards, lions, or other predators. When a jackal suddenly flees or calls out a warning, hyenas can read the signal and prepare, a passive benefit from their presence. Third, when food is abundant, such as after taking down a large prey like a zebra, wildebeest, or buffalo, hyenas are often too busy processing massive amounts of meat before other scavengers arrive. In these moments, competition eases and jackals can feast on scattered remains undisturbed. But hyenas aren't always so tolerant. Unlike the solitary image often associated with small predators, black-backed jackals tend to live in long-term monogamous pairs and remain loyal for life. Their breeding season occurs once a year, depending on the climate. After mating, the gestation lasts about 60 days, and the female gives birth to 3 to 6 pups in a hidden burrow, often tucked away in brush, tree roots, or rock crevices. One unique aspect of their reproductive system is the presence of helpers, usually offspring from previous litters. These individuals do not reproduce but stay behind to help raise their younger siblings by guarding the den, bringing back food, and playing with the pups to help develop social skills. Black-backed jackal pups sometimes become targets for young hyenas practicing hunting or as a food source during scarcity. In such moments, even with both parents and older siblings trying to protect them, they stand little chance against the hyena. That's the fate of the smaller voices in the food chain. But that doesn't mean jackals can't trouble the big hunter. If a lone hyena is up against 4 jackals, defending a carcass becomes a serious struggle. And in the war over carrion, not only 4-legged animals wield power. The white-backed vulture has never been a bystander. These birds don't hunt in the traditional sense, but feed almost exclusively on carrion, a food source few dare to touch. Each individual can consume up to 1 kilogram of meat in minutes, and during massive feasts, hundreds of them can strip a carcass clean in under 30 minutes. What makes them masters of scavenging is not just their sharp beak or featherless neck that allows deep access into the carcass, but also a stomach with extremely high acidity, measured at below pH 1. This biological weapon is nearly perfect, capable of digesting even lethal bacteria like anthrax or rabies, deadly to most other animals. Because of this, the white-backed vulture is nature's great cleaner, even outpacing the spotted hyena in some respects. However, in their foraging journey, vultures aren't always first on the scene. In reality, when a hyena takes down a wildebeest or zebra, the sounds of tearing flesh and scent of blood carried by the wind quickly alert vultures circling above. Within minutes, the sky darkens as massive wings gather overhead. It's chaos. Dozens dive in, crowding, competing over the remaining scraps left by the hyenas. Their strength doesn't lie in ambushes, but in numbers and strategy. They willingly risk injury, using their bodies to create confusion, making it impossible for hyenas to defend all parts of the carcass. With beaks as hard as steel, they rip remaining muscle, even digging into the belly cavity for rich internal organs. In some cases, when the hyenas have eaten their fill and moved on, the vultures truly take over the battlefield, turning leftovers into an energy-packed banquet. Spotted hyenas, black-backed jackals, and white-backed vultures, the savannah's most notorious scavengers, frequently clash over carrion. Sometimes they even dare to challenge a lion's feast. A lion pride has just taken down a zebra, but their meal is far from peaceful. A reckless, spotted hyena is the first to face a lioness's punishment. After that, they circle cautiously, keeping their distance. On the outer edges, the black-backed jackals linger, and farther still, white-backed vultures await. Another failed attempt. Hyenas, wild dogs, and vultures must wait until the lionesses are done eating. Even though large and professional scavengers, spotted hyenas must fight fiercely to keep their clans alive. And when it's too difficult to steal from pack-living predators, they shift their focus to loners or small groups. Their next target, the cheetah. Cheetahs don't have fixed territories like hyenas or lions. Mothers often roam with their cubs, avoiding areas with large predators, seeking zones with less competition. Male cheetahs often form coalitions of 2 or 3, controlling prey-rich areas and waiting for mating opportunities. As the first rays of sun cut across the savannah, an impala lifts its head, ears twitching. But it's too late. Over 70 meters away, the fastest mammal on Earth flattens itself against the ground, its slender body flowing like water, tail raised like a rudder, golden eyes locked on its target. Rear legs coil like a spring, no hesitation. With a single leap, it rockets forward. In 3 seconds, it hits 90 kilometers per hour. Its lightweight, flexible skeleton allows it to accelerate faster than a sports car. Tendons strain, lungs stretch wide, heart pounding over 200 beats per minute. This isn't endurance. It's an all-in sprint. The impala dodges through a shrub, sharply turning, but the cheetah doesn't falter. Thanks to an unusually developed inner ear and a tail that acts as a stabilizer, it maintains perfect balance even while zigzagging at extreme speeds. Within seconds, the gap closes. A final lunge. Front paws lock onto the prey's hips. A swift bite to the throat. Life ends in silence. The hunt ends quickly, but each one comes at a high cost. If it fails, the energy lost could mean hunger for the rest of the day. Even if it succeeds, the prize might not be kept. Spotted hyenas can sniff it out within minutes. One cheetah tries to fend off the thief, but the hyena won't back down. When a second hyena arrives, it's 2 against 2. Odds are clear. In the distance, another figure approaches. Who could it be? Though muscular, sharp-jawed, and skilled in coordinated hunting, lions aren't always up for long chases. When energy runs low and hunger drains all patience, they choose the faster route, stealing. And their favorite victim? The spotted hyena, their age-old rival with a nose for carrion and impressive hunting prowess. A single heavy step kicks up dust. A single sharp glance silences hyena cackles. No warning, just a lion charging in like a fearsome warrior, sending hyenas fleeing in a blink. This isn't rare. In fact, stealing from hyenas is a frequently documented behavior in lions, especially during lean times. After giving birth, lionesses often enter a very sensitive period, hiding from the pride to care for cubs during the first 4 to 8 weeks. They must hunt alone while nursing and protecting their young. So lionesses either hunt solo or seize any opportunity to feed, ensuring they produce enough milk and stay strong. A standoff with 4 hyenas at a carcass won't escalate if neither side crosses the line. The lioness, exhausted, quietly approaches and begins feeding alongside the hyenas. The hyenas appear flustered. They try to drag the carcass away. One calls out to the clan, the others tug with all their strength, but the mother refuses to yield. She must eat to nourish her cubs. In the heart of Ngorongoro crater, where nature paints a majestic tableau of sprawling grasslands and sparse woodlands, reminiscent of the eastern Miombo woodlands, life is in perpetual motion. Here, every roar, every footstep is part of an unrelenting battle for survival. Within this vibrant ecosystem, lions and spotted hyenas are the 2 dominant forces, each employing unique strategies to assert their place in this abundant yet fiercely contested environment. Ngorongoro crater is neither a dense rainforest nor an arid desert. It is a massive caldera where low-lying grasslands, acacia xanthophylla forests, and seasonal water bodies converge to form a haven for life. However, this abundance of resources is also the focal point of intense conflicts. Lions, with their superior strength and ambush tactics, are not only formidable hunters, but also opportunistic scavengers. Unlike in southern Africa, lions in Ngorongoro crater claim up to 71% of the prey that hyenas manage to hunt. A pride of lions, led by powerful black-maned males, can easily overpower even large hyena clans. Rather than hunting constantly, lions leverage their size and brute strength to dominate the ecosystem. Hyenas, by contrast, excel in stamina and patience. They hunt by exhausting their prey, often targeting migratory species such as wildebeests or zebras. Using an encirclement strategy, hyenas weaken their target before bringing it down. Even after a successful hunt, hyenas must defend their kill against lions, a constant threat in the crater. In the face of danger, hyenas employ defensive tactics. They form protective circles around their kill or vulnerable members of the clan, emitting loud, eerie calls to summon reinforcements. Their characteristic laugh serves as both a communication tool and a psychological weapon, sowing confusion among their enemies and fostering unity within the clan. Yet, despite their resilience, the Ngorongoro crater is lion territory. Lions, the true kings of the savannah, are responsible for 60% to 70% of adult hyena fatalities in the crater. A lion attack is swift and ferocious. They target isolated or weaker hyenas, often those separated from the group. With precise tactics, lions lunge at their prey, using their powerful jaws to strike at critical points, quickly subduing their opponent. As in other regions, the competitive relationship between lions and hyenas is not merely a tale of two apex predators. It is a key factor shaping the entire structure of the Ngorongoro crater ecosystem. However, imbalance can arise when one species gains overwhelming dominance. When lion populations grow too quickly, hyenas face increasing pressure, forcing them to alter their hunting strategies or seek new territories. In the heart of southern Africa, between the arid Namib Desert and the sprawling savanna grasslands, the Namibian savanna woodland offers a unique and understated beauty. This is not a dense forest as one might imagine, but rather a sweeping landscape of vast grasslands, punctuated by camel thorn trees that stand as solitary sentinels amid the desert. The camel thorn trees, towering up to 65 feet, are the lifeblood of this region. Their roots plunge as deep as 150 feet into the earth, tapping into scarce underground water reserves. Even in the prolonged dry season, their silvery grey foliage remains vibrant, providing shelter and sustenance for countless animals. Amid the grasslands lie dry riverbeds like the Huanib River and Kumib River, which only flow during the rainy season. Despite their parched appearance, these dry rivers are the lifelines of the land, where lush vegetation grows along their banks, attracting wildlife seeking food and refuge. The terrain is further shaped by low mountain ranges such as Brandberg, where rare shadows bring relief from the searing heat. The lions here, known as desert-adapted lions, are patient hunters, uniquely adapted to endure longer periods without water compared to their counterparts in other regions. Across the dry grasslands, hyenas quietly shadow herds of plains zebras or oryx, waiting for the perfect opportunity. When the moment comes, they charge with relentless precision, shattering the fragile peace of this arid landscape. In the heart of Namibia, where desert winds carry the heat of the arid plains mixed with the subtle fragrance of grasslands, Etosha National Park emerges as a precious gem of untamed wilderness. Spanning over 8,600 square miles, Etosha is more than just a sanctuary. It's a microcosm of interconnected ecosystems, a symphony of life where every element contributes to a dynamic balance. This is a land of stark contrasts, where barrenness meets abundance, and every living creature fights for survival. At the heart of the park lies Etosha Pan, a massive salt pan spanning over 1,900 square miles. During the dry season, its surface turns stark white, shimmering under the blazing sun like a giant mirror. But when the rains arrive, this arid basin transforms into a vast lake, drawing thousands of flamingos whose vibrant pink wings light up the landscape. This remarkable transformation has made Etosha Pan a symbol of resilience, where nature renews itself in an endless cycle of adaptation to harsh conditions. Encircling the pan are grasslands and shrublands belonging to the Namibian savanna woodland ecosystem. Stalwart mopane and camelthorn trees stand as guardians of this habitat. The mopane's distinctive butterfly-shaped leaves provide essential sustenance for elephants, while offering precious shade under the blazing sun. Elsewhere, leadwood trees with their iron-like timber endure the test of time, standing as silent witnesses to the enduring spirit of this land. Etosha serves as a natural stage, home to tens of thousands of wildlife, each species playing a crucial role in maintaining the park's delicate ecological balance. Across the vast grasslands, plains zebras move like living rivers, their herds numbering in the thousands, creating a mesmerizing flow of motion. Their hooves till the soil, scattering grass seeds, while their dung enriches the ground with nutrients. The springboks, with their incredible leaps of up to 13 feet, appear as dancers on this natural stage, their acrobatics both captivating and a vital escape tactic from predators. Nothing commands attention quite like the African elephants, the true giants of Etosha. Weighing up to 12,000 pounds, they move through the mopane forests, breaking branches and carving new pathways. These silent architects of the ecosystem disperse seeds and shape the landscape, ensuring the survival of the region's flora. With a population of approximately 2,500 elephants, Etosha is one of southern Africa's premier havens for these majestic creatures. The abundance of herbivores sustains Etosha's apex predators. Lions, with their distinctive dark manes, dominate the night, hunting in the stillness under the stars. With 350-400 lions roaming the park, Etosha boasts one of the highest lion densities in the world. Their thunderous roars echo across the grasslands, a proud declaration of their reign over this remarkable wilderness. Etosha National Park is not a sanctuary for the weak. With an average annual rainfall of just 15 inches, this is a land of harsh extremes, where survival is a test of resilience. Herds of springboks and oryxes traverse the grasslands in search of water, but their existence is constantly threatened by two apex predators. Lions, the rulers of the savannah, rely on their sheer strength and ambush strategies to hunt. An adult lion, weighing up to 420 pounds, can take down large prey such as buffaloes or zebras with just a few calculated strikes. However, their tactics extend beyond the hunt. In a resource-scarce environment like Etosha, where food is precious, lions frequently steal kills from hyenas. Hyenas, on the other hand, excel in endurance and teamwork. A large clan of hyenas, often with dozens of members, knows how to coordinate their efforts to exhaust and weaken prey before making the final kill. Armed with powerful jaws, unmatched aggression, and superior numbers, they can quickly subdue even large animals. However, their success is often shadowed by the looming threat of lions, who are ready to assert dominance over any kill. In the arid environment of Etosha, scarce water sources like Okauquejo and Halali become vital hubs of life. These waterholes are not only gathering spots for animals to quench their thirst, but also battlegrounds for lions and hyenas. Conflicts are frequent, especially at dusk or nighttime, when both predators are most active. The dynamic between lions and hyenas in Etosha is not merely a rivalry. It is a complex interaction that sustains the balance of the ecosystem. Challenging environment. During the rainy season, when food sources are scattered, this matriarchal structure becomes critical for maintaining stability. Dominant females not only dictate the clan's hunting strategies, but also lead confrontations, particularly when defending territory from lions. With larger bodies, averaging 150 pounds, and higher testosterone levels, dominant females naturally take on leadership roles. They are given priority access to food and play a crucial part in protecting the clan's young. The hierarchical order, based on familial ties to the leading female, ensures resources are distributed efficiently, especially when food becomes scarce. The rainy season presents significant challenges for the clan's young. Flooding and low temperatures can be fatal if proper care is not provided. In hyena society, adult females play a crucial role in nurturing and protecting the cubs, ensuring the survival of the next generation. The social structure of hyenas not only establishes order, but also enhances hunting efficiency and territorial defense. Females not only care for their own cubs, but also protect other young in the clan, creating a strong support network. This collective care reduces mortality rates, particularly under harsh weather conditions. During the rainy season, when grass grows up to 5 feet high and the terrain becomes slippery, coordination among members becomes a critical factor for survival. In group hunts, hyenas employ smart encirclement tactics. They drive their prey into soft, muddy, or waterlogged areas, where the terrain slows down the prey's speed and agility. Some hyenas block escape routes from the front, while others pursue from behind, forcing the prey into a dead end. Hyenas' coordination is not just a simple chase, but a meticulously organized operation. During each hunt, clan members take on specific roles. The strongest adults often lead the charge, applying pressure on the prey, while smaller or younger members maintain the circle or provide support from the rear. This strategy not only maximizes the group's strength, but also minimizes the risk of injury for individual hyenas. Endurance is one of the hyena's most vital weapons. Unlike lions, which rely on speed and strength to overpower their prey in a short burst, hyenas depend on their stamina to wear down their targets. A hyena chase can extend across a radius of 3 to 5 miles, covering terrain that would discourage most other predators. The hyena's powerful bite, capable of exerting up to 1,100 pounds per square inch, is a formidable weapon for finishing off prey. A few bites to the tendons or neck can quickly bring down large prey like buffaloes. In coordinated group hunts, hyenas' success rates increase by 25%, especially during the rainy season when prey is more likely to get trapped in slippery terrain. Animal carcasses swept away by floods or exhausted in harsh conditions also become an abundant food source, saving hyenas energy for future hunts. With their keen sense of smell, hyenas can detect carcasses from up to 3 miles away, a significant advantage over most other predators. Rivers overflow and waterholes emerge across the landscape, causing these animals to disperse widely across vast fields. The challenges for predators are not just about the distances, but also the changing terrain. Mud slows down chases, and grass, towering up to 5 feet, obstructs visibility. A group of lionesses, typically 2 to 4 members, works together in perfect coordination. They move quietly, inching closer to their target, with the tall grass completely concealing their movements. The success rate of lions using ambush tactics in tall grass increases by 40%, surpassing that of any other predator under similar conditions. When the distance narrows to 10-20 feet, one lion lunges for the attack, sudden and precise. The others swiftly encircle the prey. Cutting off the pride's territory becomes a battlefield where every intruder pays a heavy price. Rain washes away the scent markings lions use to define their territory. Patrol paths fade and boundaries blur, leaving territorial limits undefined. In this context, the task of defending the territory becomes more urgent for male lions. Weighing an average of 420 pounds, male lions are formidable warriors, using both their strength and thunderous roars to assert their dominance. A roar from an adult lion can travel up to 5 miles, serving as a clear declaration of territory amid the rain. However, at times, a roar alone is not enough to deter advancing threats. One of the male lion's greatest adversaries is the large hyena clans. When 10-20 hyenas attack in coordinated mobbing tactics, aimed at disrupting and dividing the lion's formation, male lions respond with sheer power. A single swipe of their massive paw can severely injure or even kill an adult hyena. The presence of a male lion often forces hyena clans to retreat, restoring balance and protecting the pride from significant harm. The rainy season, with its trials and dangers, does not diminish the lion's dominance. On the contrary, it highlights their strength, not just in their powerful strikes or muscular build, but in their organization and unity. This is the complete portrait of the savannah's true rulers, where each downpour serves as a reminder of their resilience and intelligence, a story of unwavering dominion over the wild. The scorching sun blazes over the African savanna, transforming the vast landscape into a barren wasteland. Temperatures soar beyond 104 degrees, scorching all life on the ground. The once lush Themeda Triandra grasslands, vibrant after the rainy season, now crumble into brittle, dry patches under the heavy footsteps of migrating herds. The dry season is not only a test of endurance for all species, but also a time when the balance of power shifts between lions and spotted hyenas. The relentless competition between these two apex predators intensifies like never before. As water becomes scarce, large water sources like the Mara River or Seronera River turn into hubs of life. Herds of wildebeests, zebras, and Thompson's gazelles, the primary prey of both lions and hyenas, gather around the remaining waterholes. However, these resources are insufficient to sustain all. The scarcity forces both lions and hyenas to adapt, modify their strategies, and at times face each other head-on to survive. The dry season transforms the savanna into a stark battlefield, testing every species' limits. Burnt grass, dwindling water, and the rare shade of acacia trees fail to ease the oppressive heat. This harsh environment leaves predators with few places to hide. The open terrain reduces the effectiveness of ambush tactics and increases the frequency of lions conserve energy by becoming more selective in their hunts or by stealing food from hyenas. Lions often dominate in these confrontations. A 2024 study in Ngorongoro crater revealed that 20% of lion meals during the dry season come from scavenging hyena kills. Hyenas, on the other hand, face pressure not only from lions, but also from the scarcity of resources. Thanks to their flexibility, they capitalize on every opportunity, feeding on carcasses of animals that succumb to exhaustion or lack of water. Data from the same study indicates that 35% of hyena food sources during this time come from leftovers abandoned by lions. This dynamic showcases how lions provide opportunities for hyenas, and hyenas clean up what remains, ensuring the ecosystem continues to function. The indirect relationship between lions and hyenas also heavily impacts herbivores, the intermediate link in the food chain. As predator competition intensifies, herds of wildebeests and zebras face mounting pressure. Not only must they contend with dwindling food resources, but they also face a higher risk of predation. Carcasses are more than just food. They serve as links between species, initiating a complex chain of interactions. Animals that fall to exhaustion become battlegrounds for lions and hyenas, but also rewards for other predators like leopards, cheetahs, vultures, and jackals. Leopards are stealthy predators. Unlike the dominance of lions or the pack tactics of hyenas, leopards rely on secrecy to hunt smaller prey. Once successful, they drag their kills up high branches to avoid the attention of larger predators. However, during the dry season, this strategy doesn't always work. The arrival of lions or hyenas often forces leopards to abandon their kills, leaving them on the ground. These abandoned carcasses become valuable opportunities for hyenas. A 2024 study in Ngorongoro Crater found that 25% of hyena meals during the dry season came from kills left behind by leopards. Without the need to confront lions directly, hyenas can exploit these chances to ease the pressure of hunting, ensuring their survival during tough times. But such actions do not always pass in silence. With their complex social memory and powerful female alliance networks, female hyenas do not forget the one who took their cub. One quietly approaches, right where the lion cubs, the royal children, are playing. But the spotted hyena was too careless. The male lion does not let anyone harm his offspring so easily, a bite to the neck. But no matter how big and powerful the lion may be, killing a fully grown hyena is no simple task. The hyena's body is a biological fortress built for endurance. The spotted hyena's fur is made up of two distinct layers. On the outside, coarse guard hairs about 30 to 40 millimeters long that resist strong impact. Underneath is a finer undercoat about 15 to 20 millimeters long, providing insulation and skin protection. The lioness thought it had gone down, but not yet. Beneath that coat lies something that makes every predator wary: abnormally thick skin designed to withstand deep bites, especially from attackers. In chaotic clashes, a lion may easily injure a hyena, but to take down a fully grown individual in the clan, especially a female, it takes multiple lions working together, well-placed bites, and often a great deal of patience. After killing the hyena, the pride moves on. By the time the hyena clan discovers the scene, their comrade's body is no longer intact. They sniff the ground, picking up the scent, gathering information about the perpetrators. Now, a clan of over 20 hyenas surrounds the male lion. Growls and shrieks turn the golden field into a volatile battleground. Eyes gleam in the sunset light. Their laughter and haunting cries fill the air as they try to apply pressure, waiting for the lion to slip. But the lion knows this tactic well. He only needs to strike one target. As the hyenas scatter, he zeroes in on the one he had bitten earlier and resumes the execution. Hyenas charge in a desperate attempt to save their clanmate, but they retreat the moment the lion turns back. To survive, they must keep a safe distance from the tyrant. The battle isn't over yet. The lion shows no mercy to the fallen hyena. Any other hyena that dares approach may become the next casualty. The clan now wavers. Those who were once fierce suddenly hesitate, then gradually retreat. One glance from the lion sends them shrinking away. The furious wave breaks against a stone wall. The male lion once again leaves behind the body of his enemy and walks off. The unfortunate carcass is left on the savannah as a reminder to the hyena clan, a blood debt passed down through generations that must not be forgotten. When a lone lion is surrounded, the deciding factor isn't fighting skill or speed, it's presence. The lion doesn't back down. It marches forward, eyes fixed, claws swinging, roaring loud. In that moment, the hyena's survival instincts are tested. Even when they have the advantage in numbers, researchers note, unless they outnumber the lion by at least 4 to 1, the clan usually won't risk a direct assault. A study published by National Geographic in 2022 found that if even one hyena is severely injured or killed within the first few seconds, the group retreats quickly. This psychological domino effect has saved many solitary lions, even when surrounded by a chorus of howls and chilling laughter. However, when a lion is not alone, the clash takes on a different face, sharper and more calculated. 5 lionesses of a pride are standing against a clan of more than 20 spotted hyenas. While the spotted hyenas keep screaming and provoking, the lionesses remain calm, like noble queens. They maintain a tight formation, advancing together instead of striking at individual hyenas and risking isolation in the process. The standoff is extremely tense. At just a growl and a step forward from a lioness, the hyenas retreat, though their howls do not fade. What stands out is not only physical strength, but the unity in the lioness's response. They strike together, leaving no opening for the hyenas to slip through. The social structures of lions and hyenas also reflect two very different perspectives on power in nature. The hyena clan follows a strict matriarchal system, emphasizing cooperation alongside constant competition. In contrast, the lion pride resembles a family, where mutual protection creates a power greater than the sum of its parts. The way lions defend territory, respond to intruders, or even decide between sharing and fighting shows a survival model rooted more in connection than in cold calculation. From a biological perspective, this is not just a showdown between the two largest carnivores of the savannah. It is a clash between two systems of life. One side built on individual power, wrapped in regal presence, the other on sharp but unstable crowd tactics. In nature, there is no absolute victor, but for lions, whether alone or in a pride, their advantage always lies in the blend of physical strength, leadership spirit, and the ability to overwhelm the opponent's will. A triumph comes not only from claw marks or bites, but from making the rival choose retreat over fighting to the end. Across the African savannah, where the scorching sun stretches over endless grasslands, there has always been a tense relationship spanning thousands of years between two powerful predators, the lion and the spotted hyena. The lion stands out with its muscular strength. A fully grown male weighs from 190 to 225 kilograms, nearly double the average weight of a hyena, which is only about 60 to 80 kilograms. In one-on-one encounters, or when hyena numbers are few, lions often hold absolute advantage. Just a single powerful strike is enough to send challengers running. But the spotted hyena does not rely on strength alone. It thrives on numbers and astonishing coordination. A clan can reach 40 or even 60 individuals, and when their rallying calls echo through the night, even lions can be overwhelmed. In such moments, lionesses or cubs become vulnerable targets. Not every time does the giant prevail, and not every time does the smaller one fail. The balance is decided by numbers, timing, and context. It resembles the biblical story of David and Goliath, where the mighty may fall before the strategy and unity of the weaker. The lion holds the role of an apex predator within the ecosystem. It hunts zebras, wildebeests, and antelopes, keeping populations of large herbivores in check. By removing the old or sick, lions help preserve the genetic health of the herd. More than just a hunter, the lion is also a cultural symbol, an image of strength and courage, evoking the triumph of Christ over death. The spotted hyena, however, is often viewed very differently. Commonly labeled as mere scavengers, modern studies reveal that over 60% of their prey comes from successful hunts. Their jaws exert far greater pressure than those of lions, allowing them to crush bones and release calcium and minerals back into the environment, recycling nutrients that might otherwise be lost. They are also the cleaners of the savannah, preventing diseases from spreading through carcasses. In a spiritual sense, hyenas can be seen as gatekeepers between life and death, contributing to the purity of creation. The relationship between lions and hyenas, therefore, is not simply hostile. Lions keep hyenas in check, so their numbers do not spiral out of control. In turn, hyenas push lions to hunt more effectively and defend their territories more fiercely. They complement each other like opposing but necessary pieces of the same design. The lion and the spotted hyena may both reign as rulers of the savannah, But paradoxically, their greatest enemy is not each other, it is humans. The threats faced by both species today reveal the fragility of Africa's ecosystems under the pressure of human activity. Today, fewer than 20,000 lions remain in the wild, a decline of more than 40% in just the past 25 years. The primary cause is habitat loss as humans expand farmland, graze livestock, and build settlements. Human-wildlife conflict has also become a serious issue. When lions prey on livestock, people often retaliate by setting traps, poisoning carcasses, or directly hunting lions to protect their livelihoods. In addition, lions are threatened by poaching for their bones, skins, and body parts, which are sold through illegal markets, particularly in Asia. The spotted hyena, though often overlooked compared to lions, faces similar dangers. Fragmented habitats deprive hyena clans of the wide territories they need to hunt. In many livestock-raising communities, hyenas are seen as destroyers and are killed in large numbers. Beyond that, they are also affected by superstition and folklore. In some regions, hyena body parts are traded for supposed magical properties, increasing hunting pressure on the species. Not quite friendship, yet not absolute enmity either, but undoubtedly a fierce rivalry. Studies in Serengeti, Tanzania have recorded that up to 58% of encounters between the two species end in conflict. The intense glare in a lion's golden eyes or the chilling laughter of a hyena echoes with unyielding challenge. One side maintains the balance of prey, while the other ensures that no resource goes to waste. Nature has composed a tense yet harmonious symphony where these two opposing forces coexist to sustain life in this unforgiving land. But the story is not yet finished. Lions and hyenas now stand at the crossroads of survival, and the outcome depends on whether humans choose to be destroyers or guardians. In response, people have begun taking positive steps to reverse the trend. Major reserves such as Serengeti National Park in Tanzania and Kruger National Park in South Africa have been established and expanded, protecting the habitats of both lions and hyenas. Conservation programs like the Lion Recovery Fund aim to double the population of wild lions by the year 2050. At the same time, research projects on spotted hyenas in Kenya and Tanzania are underway to raise awareness, highlight their ecological importance, and help shift the negative perceptions held by local communities. Some initiatives also focus on solutions for peaceful coexistence between humans and wildlife. For example, in Kenya, experimental safe grazing zones with predator-proof fencing have significantly reduced cases of lions and hyenas preying on livestock, while also limiting human retaliation. Across the savannah, the roar of the lion and the echoing laughter of the spotted hyena remind us that life here is more fragile than ever. Without collective effort, those sounds may exist only in memory. Every action, no matter how small, carries meaning, reducing the consumption of wildlife products, supporting conservation funds, and spreading messages about the value of nature. Protecting lions, hyenas, and the African landscape is also a way of preserving God's creation, ensuring that future generations can still feel the primal heartbeat of the earth. And if you have witnessed these incredible animals, whether in Africa, their natural home, or in your local zoo, don't hesitate to share your knowledge and experiences in the comments below. Your words can inspire and strengthen the ongoing mission to conserve wildlife and safeguard ecosystems for generations to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to join us on more extraordinary adventures ahead. Or you can continue exploring the survival journeys of wildlife in other regions through Thriving in the Savannah. The role of speed in survival, or Ngorongoro Crater, the arena of survival for the lords of the savannah.